Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here. Guys, I have such a good show for you today. Now, I'm still working through with Love Meghan. And in the last episode, I kept saying, oh, so boring, so boring. This episode's not so boring, and it's not for the reason you think. I found some controversies. I even found where Meghan's contradicting herself in this episode. So I'm excited to talk about it with you all. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up, leave me comments, as all of those helps YouTube to recommend my videos, and I sincerely appreciate that. Also, if you're new here, just a reminder, I do have my second channel. It's Goose Adventures. You can find me there where I'm detailing how I've recently lost 140 pounds. I did it drug-free and surgery-free, and I'm talking about what I ate, how I did it, all that stuff over there. So check it out. All right, now let's get into this. So season 2, episode, what did I just say? Episode 5 of With Love Meghan. So like I say, the last episode was just the most boring, I think, of the 2 seasons. This one was a little bit nuts, and not for the reason you think. Let me just set the stage for you. I'm going to hit all the controversies in this episode because I found a couple of them, but I'm just going to tell you the guests were Shetty, who's an author and podcaster, his wife, I hope I'm saying this right. Is it Radhi? I don't know how to say her last name. She's a plant-based cook and author. And of course, we have Meghan. Speaking of controversy. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm just going to hit the controversies right off the bat because I know that's why you're here and I know that's why I'm here. Starting with the name of this episode. You're like, what? Why is that a controversy? Oh, I'll show you. Look. Season 2, episode 5, Spice Up Your Life. In case you don't know, that is the name of a Spice Girls song. Why would that be a controversy? Spice Up Your Life. Every boy and every girl spice up. I'm not going to sing it. Anyway, why would that be a controversy? Oh, I'll tell you. Because of her ongoing thing with Victoria Beckham and, of course, David Beckham and Harry. And the reports, I haven't seen it officially confirmed. You guys can let me know in the comments if it's official. But the reports are saying that David Beckham has replaced Harry for Invictus. Maybe now we can call it Invictus again. When he was over, it was Invictus. But anyway, I don't know if that's official yet, but that's the rumblings. And again, going back to Meghan and Victoria, I read the book by Tom Bauer where he goes into the feud. You can find the videos here. I just hit the highlights on the Victoria Beckham Meghan feuds and how allegedly Meghan treated Victoria pretty terribly. So you can definitely go find that video. But that's just a controversy. I thought, oh, interesting. So I doubt Meghan's naming it that. Did Netflix do it? Or maybe Meghan did have. Sorry, I just noticed my eyeshadow screen. Maybe Meghan did have something to do with that. Maybe, I mean, nothing's coincidence usually with Meghan, so nothing would shock me at this point. So that's the first interesting thing. Let's go into the next thing. This I'm going to call a controversy, but because of a funny reason. I don't know if it's actually controversial, but for me it is. Kern Lima was in this episode. Now, thank goodness it was only for like a minute. They must have, all I can figure, because I was like, why would she only be in for a minute? I actually wonder if they went back and edited her out because it seems like they did this whole adventure together, but she was just in it for a minute. Great with me. But you could tell she was there as soon as this started up. I was like, anyway, so she and Jamie kicked off the episode by going to, I don't know, would you call it an olive farm? An olive grove? The place where olives are. The Olive Garden. She went to the goodness gracious, I'm filming this very late at night. She went to the olive, I almost said it, Olive Garden. She went to the olive place. She went to Ojai to get these fancy olives to make olive oil, as we all can do, right? A special trip to make the special olive oil, which won't necessarily be consumed. Spoiler alert, they end up using it for hand soaps later. And I thought, oh my God, how expensive is this olive oil? And then you're going to use it for hand soap. Okay, cool. Great. Of course. But yeah, I would call this a controversy because I just cannot with Kern Lima. I think she is almost as annoying as Meghan. Almost. I don't think anybody's ignoring as Meghan, but she's a close second. So there's that. Oh, this was a controversy with Jamie Kern Lima. Look at this. Look how Meghan's dressed. It's kind of hard to tell, but she's wearing a coat. She's wearing what appears to be long sleeves, long pants. Jamie is wearing, oh, there you go. There's the coat. Okay. So she's all wrapped up. And then Jamie's wearing a shirt. Okay. Sure. I'm not even making fun of Jamie. I'm saying usually Meghan gets the weather wrong. She likes to wear wool coats in the dead of summer. So I really it's no telling. There's really no telling. I don't know who got what memo, but they're going to two separate events. Yeah, I'm gonna stop that there. So there's that. All right, let's go into the next controversy because it gets wilder. Here we go. So I was trying to snap a pic and I got a reflection of I accidentally got Ryan in the picture. Hi Ryan. And if you're new here, this is Ryan Gosling. Ryan says charmed, I'm sure. Um, anyway, but look, so I like that there's just a random goose back there. It's a guard goose. It's one of us watching out. So Megan's here, and I would say her outfit is controversial, but that's not where I'm going with that. That is a terrible outfit. It really is. She's back to those high-waisted pants. I mean, button-down shirt. The color of those pants is horrible. It's like pumpkin. I don't understand it. Listen, I don't body shame here, so I don't talk about people's bodies. But I will say in general terms. So as I've mentioned, I'm in a text thread. Goodness gracious, I'm in a text thread with some of my friends. And I'll just say the one thing I said is I could not figure out what was bothering me so bad about this outfit. And then it hit me. If you're built like a 12-year-old and you dress like a 70-year-old, my brain's going to explode. I'll just leave that there. There you go. I don't talk about people's bodies, so I'm not talking about her body, but it's just kind of a weird juxtaposition is what strikes me. Okay, so we're moving on from that. That's not the controversy, but look. So I was watching and I started looking. I was like, hey, what's around her neck? What is that? So I'm looking because I noticed people look at my jewelry. I do notice her jewelry. So I'm looking at it and I started doing some Googling. And guys, I found this necklace. Shall we play a game? Uh huh. Called How Much Does This Necklace Cost? Don't Google it, don't look it up. How much does this necklace cost? I'm stalling. Write it in the comments. I'm gonna give you a second. I'm gonna count back from 3 and then I'm gonna tell you how much it costs. How much does this necklace cost? Get a number in your head or pause me and put a number in the comments. How much does this necklace cost? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Did you guess $33,700? Because you'd be right. I found this at Cartier. $33,700. So almost $34,000. It can be yours. Why is it $34,000? I don't see any diamonds on it. I mean, not that that would make it okay, but why is this $34,000? Somebody explain that to me. I don't why? I'm somebody that loves jewelry, but it doesn't have to be expensive. I often talk about that. Um, yeah, I refuse to spend too much on mine because I don't know, because I'd rather have a couple of cool pieces. Like, I think this is like $50, like I'd rather have a couple of cool pieces than whatever's going on here, $34,000. I don't think so. Um, but it's ridiculous. It really is. But I pay attention to stuff like that. So when I noticed that, I started Googling and I found it was like, oh, $34,000. Again, this is Cartier. And so I think they had several versions. The other ones they even had more with like diamonds and stuff. Hers looks to be, I tried to get it as close as possible. Hers looks to be this one because it looks just gold, just a $34,000 necklace. That's all. Can you imagine? And I'm sorry, even if this thing was cheaper, I would say it's not. I like jewelry. I don't like that one. I mean, I know it's supposed to it's a nail around her neck. Why? 34,000. Why is that $34,000? Even if I was a billionaire, I wouldn't no. All right, so there's that. Okay, let's go on to the next controversy. This is my favorite one. Here we go. Direct quote from Meghan. And if you know, I made a short out of this because I could not believe what she was saying. Here you go. No one wants to feel like they're having a salad in their beverage. Not great. Where am I going with this? Well, she's talking about The friends that she has over are non-drinkers. So she was like, "Oh, you can make drinks for people that are non-alcoholic that are still good." And you know what's funny? This is one of the rare segments of both series where I thought, "Okay, I can get on board this." I openly talk about it. I'm not a drinker. So I like to have a cocktail that's not necessarily alcoholic, but that's fun or that has some fruit in it. Great, bring that on. But of course she has to ruin it because listen to what she's saying. No one wants to feel like they're having a salad in their beverage. Not great. Just a reminder that old flower sprinkles right here posted this on July 7th of this year on As Ever. Hello, contradiction. And there's this. Right after that, she shows a close up of the drink, and here you go. No one likes to have a salad in their drink. This is the drink she served them. So you can see that big fat, what? I don't even know. Is that basil? What is that? I don't care. Whatever that leaf is in their bay leaf. I'm just kidding. I know it's not. But whatever that big dumb leaf is, and the flower sprinkles are right there. Uh, hello. What do you think happens when that ice melts, Megan? Do you think that the flowers are absorbed into the drink? They're not. They're floating in there like salad. You're going to have it in your teeth. What are we talking about? What are we doing? Another controversy, I'm going to use that word loosely here, is that when she's making these drinks, again, it's Jay and I cannot remember that lady's name. His wife, Jay and his wife, were coming over. You'd think that she'd have Harry over and do like a double thing. Nah, definitely not. So it's just them, whatever, it's fine. So uh she makes their two drinks, as you can see, and she then says to the camera, "Well, I'm going to go get changed before my guests get here, and then I'll make my drink." The way that I took that, you could take that as, okay, well, they'll be here any minute. I better go change and then I'll keep going. But the way she said it and the way she did it, she made a point to make their two drinks first, let them sit there, and then come back and make herself a fresh one after she changes, meaning like she gets the good one, the guests get the melty flour salad drinks. I just thought that was really funny. Like most people would think the opposite. Like, well, I'll just sip on this one because who cares? Like I host Thanksgiving a lot at my house. And if something like if a part of the casserole looks weird or part of the whatever looks weird, then I'll just put it on my plate because I don't care. It tastes the same to me. But I don't want my guests to have the weird looking roll or whatever it is. I'll just eat it. So it's fine. That's normally how like hosts and I don't know, people having other people over think. Not Megan. She's like, here's your crap. Mine's fancy. So there's that. And then let's see. Oh, yeah, here you go. Yeah. See, so she says, I'm going to go run change and then I'll make a third one for myself. See? So it's like my guess, me. Whereas most hosts think the opposite. I'm going to make sure my guests are comfortable and then I'll figure myself out. It's fine. Like when I have people over, I let my guests go first and then I'll get my food. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, so if mine's a little colder, it's not that big of a deal to me. I'd rather have my guests have the, first warm helping, whatever. Megan would never. She would never think like that. All right. So then let's talk this controversy. So I was not familiar with Jay Shetty. And so one of my friends in my text group, hi friend, said, "Hey, you need to do some Googling on this guy." So I did. I will say he and his wife seemed nice enough in the show. I didn't know anything about him. His wife seemed lovely. She really did. She seemed to be the warmest of the three on the show, and he was fine. He didn't really add much, but it just seemed like a gimmick to have him there. But his wife did the cooking and she actually made a nice looking dish and she seemed warm and pleasant. I don't have a problem with her. So I took my friend's advice and I started Googling and I found some stuff on Noel J. Shetty over here. I have to say allegedly, because I don't know how much was proven, but I'm just going to show you what happens when you Google him. So he's, I guess, a well-known podcaster, but also has had this interesting life and story. Well, when you Google him, there's a 2019 expose on him showing instances where I have to say allegedly, and it appeared to have copied inspirational quotes from people. So it goes into these allegations of plagiarism. Now, in fairness, he spoke out and said it was just a mix up and lack of attribution and that sort of thing. Okay, fair enough. Not great, but fair enough. But then in 2024, so last year, Guardian did an investigation into the guy and found not only more accusations of plagiarism, again, allegedly, but they also went into all kinds of questions on who is this guy really? So they looked into him and they said he claims to, let me make this a little bigger. Hold on. He claims to have spent 3 years living in an ashram in India as a Vedic monk at 21. But then this report said, people that were in his life, I guess, claim otherwise. They're claiming that he spent a shorter time and much of his time was actually spent at an estate outside London. So that's interesting. His educational background. The report also found discrepancies in Shetty's educational claims, noting that a business school he attended did not offer a degree in behavioral science, as he stated on his resume. So that's interesting because that's something that Meghan's been accused of as well. I have to say allegedly, but there are accusations that the degree she claimed to get, I believe at Northwestern, was not something that was offered. So it was something like that. So we have to say allegedly, but that's interesting that similar accusations going on there. And then there's accusations of where he's marketing himself as a certain type of monk. But then they said, well, no, if you look back, he had a tie to a different religious group with a controversial history. So it's just interesting that, yeah, there's some controversy there with this guy. So there's that. And then let's see. And then Meghan controversy. Oh, this was controversial. Here we go. I was like, why did I pull her? Because at the end, this isn't controversy. It's just my controversy. So once again, the only other part of this episode, and I want to talk to Chef Matt about this. The only part of this episode that I was like, okay, all right. This is one of the few recipes I would actually eat. It was these coconut macarons, however you say it, that. I thought, oh, those look good. Now, the guests were vegan, so she made them plant-based, fine, whatever you want to believe on that, that's up to you. I mean, I'm not vegan, but I don't mind eating vegan things. It doesn't bother me either way. Like I don't seek out vegan things, but I wouldn't turn my nose up if somebody put a macaron in front of me. I'm eating it. I don't care. So they looked pretty delicious until the flower obsessed one got a hold of them and started sprinkling flowers on top of them. Why? Why are we doing that? So she started by dipping them, you can see on the back ones, and then she started drizzling them. And I actually thought, well, it looks pretty good. She's explaining, I'm sure I've had vegan chocolate. I don't know if I've had melted vegan chocolate, but she said that with that, the consistency is a little bit more runny, and so it's easier to drizzle. It's like, okay, fine, fair enough. But then she started sprinkling flowers on it. I was like, why? So you can enjoy the macarons and then get shit in your teeth. And then they had these chai, I believe they were special, yeah, because it was a tea bag. It was like chai tea, this special tea with these herbs that Jay Shetty, I'm so sorry, I cannot remember her name. Jay Shetty's wife was brewing. I thought, okay, fair enough. If that's something she enjoys, and they all seem to enjoy it. But then they started dipping the macarons in the tea, and that kind of grossed me out. It just did. It grossed me out on several levels because I don't know, macarons have this flavor that I love, the coconut and the chocolate. And then the tea was like, it was a chai herbal tea plus mint. So it was just too many flavors going on. And then I thought, here she is saying, you don't want salad in your drink. And again, she's dipping these things with dried flowers into her drink. So she doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Once again, just completely clueless to all of it, just contradicting herself. It just made me laugh. I was like, okay, sure. So hence my name, Jen Caught Meghan. Jen Caught Meghan making no sense once again. And it's not that I'm surprised, but this was a more interesting episode because it's not that the episode was interesting. It's because she's such a weirdo. Like, can you not remember? Is it that she, okay. All right. I have to say allegedly, But do you think, in your opinion, is it that I was talking about this in my friend group. Do you think that she cannot, I said, does she just not remember her lies? Is it that she just spews out this BS and just like immediately her brain just like shuts it down, can't hear it anymore, forgets about it? We got married 3 days earlier. No, you didn't. What? Do you think that it's something like that? I mean, I just don't know. I don't know. You don't want to put flowers in your drink. Let me put flowers in your drink. What? So yeah, that's yeah, I just am trying to make sense out of stuff that makes no sense. And I know flowers are a silly example, but it's just one of a million examples where their words, I always say, the hypocrisy, the words and the actions never match. Never. I mean, only these two could preach climate change while flying private around the world. Like she literally, oh, if you want to take it a step further, I was just talking to my friend group about she was literally just it was on something and I wish I could remember what it was. You guys can let me know. I've watched so much Meghan stuff lately. I can't remember what it was on. I think it was on Jamie's podcast. Um you can let me know in the comments which one it was, but she tried to say she doesn't like to spend a lot of money. Meghan did. And I called it out at the time. I was like, what? You spent more than all the other royals in Europe. Like, what are you talking about? Don't spend money. And then she shows up in a $34,000 necklace and $200,000 worth of watches and rings. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? Are we trying to be relatable or are we wearing $34,000 necklaces? Give me a break. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for my recap of this episode. I cannot wait to read your thoughts on this one. Let me know in the comments below. What was the most interesting controversy for you in this one? I would say just the immediate contradicting herself. You don't want to put stuff floating in your drink. You don't want to have a salad in your drink. And then the next shot is a literal salad in the drink. I cannot, I, again, I feel like I'm the lunatic here because she says these things and then immediately does the opposite. Okay, great. Sure. It's like, again, banging the drum of feminism while all these reports of terrible behavior toward women comes out. And you're just like, what? What are we talking about? Hello, Contradictosaurus. All right. I just made that up. All right, guys, I'm leaving this here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, I sincerely appreciate you being here. Make sure you're subscribed, all that. Leave me comments and make sure you check out my second channel, Goose Adventures. I keep saying it. I know I haven't posted there. I will very soon. I have big plans for over there. It's just been nuts with my I had a terrible virus. I'm fine now. And then this show is sucking away my time. So that's why. But I'm coming back soon and posting stuff. But check out, I have lots of stuff up over there. I had one just take off about what I ate to lose all the weight. So check that out. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm leaving this here. Thank you so much. I hope you all had the best day and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Okay, they're gone. Guys, this episode was bonkers. Again, I think she does this crap on purpose. Like, again, so my stance was she forgets her lies and just throws shit at the wall and then is like, oh, yeah. Oh, well, people are too dumb to notice. You know, that's how she thinks. My friend thought she maybe does it on purpose just to get views. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. What else? This one wasn't as bad though, I will say. The last one was painful. That was probably one of the most painful episodes I've watched. This one wasn't so bad because I just need to get her name. I hate that I cannot remember her name. Hold on. Here you go. So this lady kind of made this episode. She was warm. She was pleasant. I thought she was friendly. She made a curry, which I've never had curry before. I know it's huge in the UK. I've just never had it. It looked good. I like vegetables and it was all plant-based. So I was like, okay, it's like sweet potato and green beans and I forget what else, a bunch of spices and cauliflower and they're all raving over it. So that's cool. But I don't know, like she was warm, but everything else just seems like fakey, you know, and just the idea that you're going to go spend $1 million on this special olive oil. And I love oil. I love avocado oil. I love olive oil. It's great. But you know, she spent $1 billion on this stuff because they took a special trip to Ojai, got this special olive oil, used it, and then they ended up using it to make soap with. I was just like, That's so weird. Why would you do that? Like, why? I I love I love soap, but it's funny because we tease about her hygiene and she's gonna have $1,000,000 soap, but I'm just like, isn't Dial fine? If you're not from here, it's just a basic brand of soap, like any kind of soap. Isn't that just fine? Like, why do we need this? It's just silly. All right, I'm leaving this here. If you stayed tuned this long, let me know. Are you gonna run right out and buy that $30,000 necklace? Pick me up one too, will ya? And make sure you leave the tags on it because I'm returning that and I'm getting the cash because I'm not spending $30,000 on a necklace, even if I had it to spend on a necklace. I just couldn't do it. I don't understand how you lose the money on how you lose the value of money like that. I don't. I can spend some money on some dumb stuff, but not a necklace. Not like that. That's silly. All right. Uh, thank you guys so much. I hope you all have the best day and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. $30,000 necklace. I'm gonna use it to like and a hammer and drive it into the wall because it's shaped like a nail.